Well, this past Saturday and Sunday marked the 25th anniversary of Vermont's Open Studio Weekend. Artists and craftsmen throughout the state invited visitors to see where and how they do artwork. Every studio destination differs from another, and the self-guided tours introduce visitors to a range of art mediums and the state's geography as well. Glass artist Christopher Sherwin demonstrated from his studio at 33 Bridge Street in Bellows Falls his creative skills. YCN's Dan Carbonara explains.
Chris Sherwin, and we're here at Sherwin Art Glass Studio, 33 Bridge Street in Bellows Falls, Vermont. Sherwin Art Glass specifically has been in this building since summer of 2005, so this is about my 10th year, plus or minus a few months. I had 12 years of glass blowing history prior to that. I started at Simon Pierce in Windsor, Vermont, doing production crystal for 4 years, and I got a lot of my fundamentals from that. So the work you pretty much see around my studio it's a culmination of the 12 years of working for the two different studios, but it's really a West Coast style that nobody else is doing in New England, so it works well. I guess what Sherwin Art Glass represents is nature's beauty in glass. That's kind of how I, in a concise way, say what I do. Most of what I do has an element of nature to it, and since I moved home to New England, I try to specialize in New England-inspired nature. It's the 25th anniversary of the Vermont Craft Council's Open Studio Weekend. Statewide, there's about 200 artists all across Vermont. We're opening our studios and our doors to the public and inviting everybody to come out and see what we do. In my studio, you can expect to see a lot of glass. I've been working in glass for about 20 plus years professionally. It's 2130 degrees. It's very molten. It's like warm honey. It's cooling immediately as I pull it out of the furnace. And the trick that comes with experience in working with glass is what can you do to the glass at any given time. As it cools, the viscosity changes. You are able to shape it more or less as it cools. Every petal, every leaf is a single application of glass, and then if it looks like it's floating in glass, I've immerse the whole thing in clear glass and encase the decoration. Everything is on the surface as I do it. A big question I get is, how did you get that in the middle? And if you think of paperweight specifically in reverse, the inside is done first, and then the shaping, the actual creating a round paperweight, is the last thing that I do. So it's a buildup of layers. It's painting with glass, a lot of color, a lot of layering. I think of myself more as an artisan or a craftsperson. I'm intrigued by process. I like the process of taking molten glass and making something out of it. Getting an idea, often it's from somebody, or maybe it's a picture I saw or the cardinal in my bird feeder, and say, I wonder if I can make that out of glass. And the intriguing and fun and inspirational part is making a blob of molten glass become the cardinal. The easiest way to get here is to follow signs or directions to Bellows Falls. When you're in the center of town, you take either a left or a right toward New Hampshire, and you'd run right into my building. It's just past the post office. It's a long brick and window building.
Now, it looks great. If you missed this past weekend's Vermont Open Studio event, fear not. There will be a fall Open Studio October 3rd and 4th of this year. The website where you can find more information is shown below.